Hello, and welcome to Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and it's Saturday, July 8th. Elon Musk has again decided to share a timeline about Tesla's self-driving effort, but this time there is more of a measurable goal. In a recent comment about the effort in an AI conference in China, he said, quote, "In terms of where Tesla is at this stage, I think we are very close to achieving full self-driving without human supervision. This is only speculation, but I think we'll achieve self-driving, maybe what you would call 4 or 5, I think later this year." Now, his reference to 4 or 5 is based on the levels of driving automation as set by SAE International. The most significant aspect of that jump from level 2 to 3 is that the responsibility falls on the system and not the driver, starting from level 3 and up. Now, level 5 is the highest level, but even level 4 is described as not requiring drivers to take control. The leap from Tesla's current level 2 up to 4 or 5 by the end of 2023 would be impressive indeed. We hope to see it happen, instead of this being another stack on the pile of unachieved timelines by Elon Musk. Tesla has added a new cash discount on the Model 3 and Model Y vehicles for buyers using its own referral program. The automaker wrote on its website, quote, "Starting July 6 of 2023, if your friends order a new Model 3 or Y using your referral link, they'll receive $500 off their purchase price and 3 months of full self-driving capability, and you'll receive 10,000 referral credits." Now, with those credits, a new buyer can technically get $500 off 3 months of full self-driving package, a free Tesla wall connector, 500 miles of supercharging, and a couple of entries into the Cybertruck raffle. That's a surprising incentive that Tesla is putting in place early in the quarter, but it's not too surprising, given the case. The Tesla Cybertruck was spotted drifting on ice as it's testing its suspension in the snow as part of its latest winter testing in New Zealand. Last month, Tesla was spotted bringing a Cybertruck prototype to New Zealand's winter testing grounds. This is believed to be part of the last steps before production. The truck is expected to have impressive handling performance thanks to its rear steering capability and active suspension. Tesla plans to bring the truck to production later this year and aims for a delivery event in September. Mercedes-Benz announced the adoption of Tesla's NACS connector in their EVs for North America starting in 2025. They're actually the first German automaker to jump on board. Over the last month, there have been many automakers who have announced the adoption of the NACS connector, with Ford, General Motors, Rivian, Volvo, and so on. On top of the NACS adoption, Mercedes is also announcing an expansion of its own charging efforts in North America and will involve both CCS and NACS. Now, the 400 locations that Mercedes-Benz is announcing is welcome by EV drivers, but for scale, Tesla already has 2,000 supercharger locations in North America, and it's growing. Shares of RIVN are up 14% after Wedbush analyst Dan Ives upgraded the price target. Ives cited the EV maker as making, quote, "a major turning point" in the strategy, raising Rivian stock price to $30 a share, up from $25. RJ Scaringe, Rivio CEO, echoed a similar statement in an interview with Bloomberg TV when he said, quote, "What we saw in the second quarter was the beginning of the supply chain really running in a healthy way." Now, looking at the last while, Rivian stock is up over 80% in the last 10 trading days. Fisker dropped its second quarter production numbers on Friday, showing a little over 1,000 Ocean electric SUVs built over the last 3 months. Although this is up significantly from the first quarter, the total falls short of Fisker's guidance. Fisker said that it missed its 1.4 to 1.7 thousand goal because of part shortages and supplier issues. The company explained, quote, "A few suppliers had challenges ramping up to the target of second quarter levels as they did not receive components from sub-suppliers in a timely manner." Now, despite this hurdle in the past month, Fisker delivered its first Ocean SUVs in the US, and they also gear up for an expansion in China. Nissan is retooling its Canton, Mississippi assembly plant to become what they're calling North America's electrification hub, and this will happen over the next several years. The automaker plans to begin building EVs in the U.S., starting with a pair of electric sedans in 2026. David Johnson, Nissan North America's Senior Vice President of Manufacturing and Supply Chain Management, told Automotive News last week, quote, Canton will be North America's electrification hub for the next 5 to 6 years. He explained, quote, "That's where we're going to bring in the new platforms, the new technology." Now, the report goes on to say that Nissan's new EV platforms will help streamline production with more automation. The company says that about 20% of trim and chassis work is automated with EVs, compared to just 6 or 10% with internal combustion vehicles. Although the assembly lines are not expected to arrive until next year, training the workforce is already underway using virtual reality and other software. Next year, the crew will move from virtual reality to real reality when the equipment is installed. Nissan is aiming for 40% of its total U.S. sales to be electric by the year 2030. In today's community comment found on YouTube, Joliv3743 says, "There could be more to this EV manufacturer list than meets the eye. If China's raw material suppliers sign up to a similar code, then Western manufacturers can kiss goodbye to batteries." Yeah, Joliv, I think that would be scary indeed. With China and America bolstering up forces for a showdown in Taiwan, we very well could be headed for a supply breakdown on many fronts. I'm curious what will happen to certain markets when the fireworks start up. Will some of them continue throughout a conflict? Will China continue to sell certain products or materials even if an all-out war breaks out? Will they be sold to a third party and then sold at a markup to keep things flowing? I honestly don't know. I'm asking these because I'm not sure. There's a little bit of a hole in my history or logic. Now that I think about it, I've really not read a lot about it, so oddly enough, the continuing economics of conflicting nations during wartime is something I know very little about, but I know a lot about other stuff. You can let me know in the comment section if you have a book on the subject for a specific recommendation. I've been reading fiction a lot recently, and it's about time that I get back to something a little more tangible. So, thanks for your comments, and thanks for watching Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and I hope you have a great day. This is only speculation, but I think we'll achieve full self-driving, maybe what you would call 4 or 5. I'm Mikey G, and it's Saturday, July 8th.